Hey everyone, and welcome to Hooked on Needles and Crafts. Today we're going to be continuing part 2 of this video series, doing a kit from Five Below. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So today, you guys, we're going to continuing part 2 of this video series, making the Halloween stitch. He's a little pumpkin in his pumpkin costume, very cute. Alright, so we've got the head and the body going on here. We are going to be doing in this video the arms, nails on the arms apparently. We have the feet, the ears, pumpkin head, pumpkin on head, the stalk, and then the nose. So we've got a lot going on in this video. I think we can finish this in 2 hours. It's a lot of parts, but they're small parts. This took up a good chunk of time. So let's get this started. Now you guys, if you have not seen part 1 of this video, go check that out. It's in my Five Below or crochet playlist. These videos are a supplement to the kit. If you want to make this kit, you have to go and get it at Five Below or on their website. I will teach you how to do new stitches 3 times, step by step, and then thereafter I'm going to go at my normal pace. And then obviously if there is a new type of instruction that has not been gone over yet or explained what it is, that's not including variations of that type, that I will be going by step as well. Alright, if you need to speed up or slow down the video, click on the gear button in the corner. There's playback options to go fast or slow. If you don't need to hear me talk, lower the volume on your device and click on the CC closed caption button. So let's get straight into it. You're going to need your berry blue yarn, and we're going to start with the arms. So we're going to do a magic ring, and what you're going to want to do is take your yarn and wrap it around your finger 3 times with a little bit of overage, so you can take your middle finger and just hold that down. From here you can straighten out your strands, tighten them up if they're a little too loose. But now I'm going to take the hook that came in the kit and I'm going to put it under the 3 strands like this. Now we're going to pull this back out, but we're going to drag this strand underneath these 2. So hook that strand, turn the hook sideways, and then pull it under those 2 other strands like that. So from here we're going to yarn over, and that's taking the feeder yarn and putting it over the hook. So yarn over, and then we're going to pull this strand through that loop like that. So from here you can let go of your middle finger, you can remove your project off your index finger, and then we're going to continue doing the single crochet stitches in this magic ring. So let me show you how to do a single crochet stitch. What you're going to want to do is stick your hook into the magic ring. We're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull up a loop to have 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through those 2 loops. Alright, so let's do this again, you guys. Stick your hook into the magic ring. We're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull up a loop to have 2 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through those 2 loops. So here we have 2 single crochet stitches so far, and each stitch has a braid on top. There's a loop in the front here, and then there's a loop in the back. All right, let's do one more time with you guys. Stick your hook into the magic ring. I don't know why I can't speak today. Yarn over and pull up a loop so that you have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over again and pull through those 2 loops. So now we have 3 single crochet stitches. Each stitch has a braid on top. We have the front loops here and we have the back loops here. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just to complete the rest of the single crochet stitches required in the instructions. Okay, and then what we're going to do is you're going to overhand your hook like this. We're going to grab the bottom stitches right here and you're going to hold it pretty firmly. Now I'm going to take this excess piece and we're going to pull it. We're going to see which one of these 2 loops goes inside the magic ring first. So pay close attention, pull that excess piece, and then once you see a loop moving, you can stop pulling it. And then as you can see, this one here was the one that moved in first. You want to take this side of that loop out. So here we have a top side, here's the bottom side. You want to pull the bottom of this loop out. And then when you do that, you're going to start seeing the other loop disappear. And you want to keep pulling until that loop is gone into the magic ring like this. So you may or may not have a hole in here left, but what we still have to do is pull the excess piece to make that loop disappear. So let's do that now. And then again, you may or may not have a hole in the middle, but either way, we're going to pull in the opposite direction and up, like a 45-degree angle maybe, and then pull on that yarn just a little bit more. You don't have to pull it too hard, but that's going to pull any little bit of yarn left in this magic ring, so you should no longer have a hole in there. And then I'm going to take a marker. So these kits should but don't come with markers. I mentioned in my previous part 1 video that you should go and get some of these for yourself, either at a hobby store or online. They're very helpful in helping you keep track of your stitch count as well as your row or round count. So to do that, I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to stick it just under the braid of the last stitch I made. So here are the front and back loops. I'm just going to take this marker and put it under this braid or this stitch, clearing it. Then we're going to close this marker and then we're going to move on to round 2. So for round 2, we are going to be doing increasing stitches. So let me show you how to do increasing stitches. All right, to do one, first I'm going to count the number of stitches required in round 1. So once you've counted that stitch, put your hook into that last stitch that you need for the round, and it's so hard to see being the same color sometimes. Okay, so stick your needle into that last stitch in the first round, and then we're gonna yarn over. We're gonna pull up a loop, then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through 2 loops, just like the single crochet stitch we've been working on. But you're going to go ahead and stick your hook into that same last stitch in the first round, and we're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So an increasing stitch basically is taking 1 stitch and turning it into 2. All right, so let me show you this again. Go into your next stitch with your hook And again, an increasing stitch is pretty much doing 2 single crochet stitches in this one stitch. So 1 and 2. All right, again, we use this one stitch and out comes these 2 stitches. All right, one more time with you guys. Stick your hook into the next stitch. We're pretty much doubling the single crochet stitches we would put in here. So let's do 1 and then go back in that same stitch and do 2. Okay, so from here on out, I'm going to just complete the rest of the increasing stitches, and you can do that as well. All right, from here, you're going to remove the marker and put it under the last stitch we made. And then we're going to be able to do round 3. So for round 3, this is going to be a little different. All it is single crochet stitches, but we're working on the back loop only. So when I was showing you a stitch for a single crochet stitch, I told you that the top of the stitch looks like a braid, and we have the front loop here and a back loop here. So in the instruction, it says BLO, which stands for back loop. So when we do our single crochet stitches in this round, we're only going to stick our hook into the back loop only. So take a closer look. We're going to do a single crochet stitch. I'm going to put my hook into the back loop only. So you see that front loop is left by itself. So we're going to continue doing our single crochet stitch. Let's do this again. Go into the next stitch, back loop only. So there's the back loop. The front loop is right here. We're going to do our single crochet stitch. Then we're going to do this one more time together, you guys. So stick your hook into the back loop only of the next stitch, like that. Front loop is right there. We're going to do a single crochet stitch. And so now we have 3 single crochet stitches, and you can see that the front loops are forming this line right here. So what I'm going to do now, you guys, is continue the rest of round 3. All right, now that we've finished this round, I want to put my marker under the last stitch we made. And then this is going to indicate round 4, but we have to do 4 through 8. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So for the next rows, it's going to be the same instruction, just repeated this many times. And I'm going to come back in and we're going to fasten off. We'll probably have to stuff, maybe. Yeah, but I'll come back in after I do that. Alright, so I finished rounds 4 through 8, and we're going to fasten off. We have to leave a tail to sew to the body. So what I do, a little trick, is to generously go around not once, but twice the perimeter of your object. So from here, I'm going to cut this. And we are going to yarn over and then pull through the loop all the way out and tighten this up. Okay, so from here, I did, again, like I said, I had divided up the pieces. So I just don't remember what I had. I think these were legs, these are arms. Someone in here is the pumpkin head. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right. So take your stuffing and put this into your arm. We do have to do 2 of these, guys, and I'm going to do the second one off camera. Okay, so, but for now, we're going to stuff this. I might have stuffing left over, because this is what it's looking like right now. Crazy thing is we have to do nails on this. Alright, so let's do the nails on the arms. We're going to be starting with royal blue. And I'm going to show you how to cast on with the slip knot. So take your ring, pinky, and thumb and hold one end very tightly. And then with your index and middle, hold apart the other. We're going to take our crochet hook and lie it perpendicular to the yarn. And we're going to go down, out, and around to make a little loop around the hook. You can slide your hook up and down, slide it down towards the thumb, then take your middle finger and just place it where it crosses so that you can let go of your left hand. Then we're going to gather up some feeder yarn, and then you're going to re-pinch this end here very tightly, and then slide your hook towards your thumb again, and where it crosses, pinch it so that you cannot slide your hook up and down anymore. But then we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through the loop, and then we're going to overhand the hook. Now re-pinch this end. You don't want to lose it, but you want to push this knot towards your thumb while tightening the knot and getting it as close to your thumb as possible. This is going to minimize the amount of waste that you have right here. So once you get it down, you want to pull just a little bit more out of this tail. So pull it, you're going to feel a little give. And then we're going to take the knot and slide it up to the hook. So we have our loop here. And then we're going to take this off of our hook and start working on our arm. Alright, so we're going to be using the 3rd row from the center, and it's the front loops only. We did the back loops for the arm, so what's left are these front loops. Here's the first one that we did, and we're doing this in a spiral. So the last one is here, and if you look at it straight on, you can see that they're on different levels. So I've chosen to use the first loop only because when we move into the next one, which would be down here, the crochet stitches will kind of even it out, if that makes any sense. So stick your hook into that first loop only, or front loop only. We're going to take our royal blue and slip it onto the crochet hook. Then we're going to pull this through the loop, and then we're going to do 2 chain stitches. So to do a chain stitch, you want to yarn over, and you're going to pull through the loop, and that's that. 1 chain. Let's do another one. yarn over and pull through the loop. And so we have 2 chains. All right, for this next step we have parentheses. The parentheses means that we're doing all these stitches in one stitch. So we're going to do a double crochet stitch and a slip stitch all in one stitch. So let me show you how to do a double crochet stitch. We're going to yarn over. You're going to put your hook into the next front loop only stitch. We're going to yarn over again and pull up a loop. So we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over again and pull through those 2 loops. So we have 2 loops left. We're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. So we did a double crochet stitch. Now in that same stitch, because we're in parentheses, we're going to work a slip stitch. So stick your hook into that same stitch we just used. We're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all the loops off your hook. So same stitch, yarn over and pull through all the loops off your hook, and that's a slip stitch. So the next stitch we're going to do is in the next stitch, next front loop only, we're going to do another slip stitch. So yarn over and pull through all loops off your hook. So now we're back at another parenthesis. So we're going to do a double crochet stitch. So yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop. So we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over again, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. So next we have to do a slip stitch. So in that same stitch, put in your hook. We're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 loops. All right, so we've done the slip stitch 3 times already. So let's just do another. Keep piercing the yarn. Try not to pierce your yarn. It'll be cleaner if you don't. All right, and then we have one more parenthesis. We're going to do a double crochet stitch. So yarn over, put in your hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So into the next into that same stitch, put in your hook. We're going to do a slip stitch. All right, so that's pretty much it. So from here I'm going to cut about 1 inch or so. I'm going to yarn over and we're going to pull through the loop all the way out. I'm going to tighten it up. Then I'm going to take my hook and just slip it just underneath the surface, avoiding the fiber fill or the stuffing. I'm going to come up next to this tail piece. I'm going to grab it and drag it into the arm. Okay, so you can pull it all the way out and then just stuff your stuffing back in there along with that royal blue end. So we have our arm. Now, I'm going to do the second arm off camera. We are going to work on the feet next. So let's get straight into it. But next we're going to be doing the feet. So we have to make our magic ring. So take your strand of yarn here and you want to wrap around your finger 3 times with a little bit of overage, so you can put your middle finger down on it. You can straighten out your strands, tighten them up a little bit if they're too loose. We're going to stick our hook underneath each strand and we're going to drag this strand underneath these 2. And then we're going to yarn over and pull through that loop. So now we can remove the finger and slip the project off your index. So from here we're going to do the number of single crochet stitches. I've shown you how to do these, so we're just going to move right along with this. So take this opportunity to either slow down the video or play back to doing the single crochet stitches if you're still a little foggy on how to do them. Okay, and then once you've completed your single crochet stitches, we're going to overhand our hook. We're going to grab the bottom stitches firmly, and then we're going to pull this excess piece to see which one of these two loops goes in first. So pull, and then once you see something move, stop pulling. This one is going in, so I want to pull this bottom half out. So not from up here, but down here. Pull on that loop. You're going to see the other loop disappear, and you want to keep pulling that until it's completely gone into the magic ring. So you may or may not have a hole in there. What you want to do now is pull the excess piece and then make this loop disappear. And once that's all hidden in the magic ring, again, you still might have a tiniest hole in this magic ring here. What we're going to do is hold the yarn in the opposite direction and a little up, and we're going to pull on it a little bit more. You're going to feel a little give. You can stop pulling. I want to take my marker and I'm going to mark the last stitch I made. And then we're going to do round 2. So round 2 is going to be a bunch of increasing stitches. So we've done these already. So let's go ahead and do our increasing stitches. So from here you want to count back the number of stitches required for round 1. All right, put your hook into that. Can never see this last stitch here. Okay, so let's do our increasing stitches. Alright, remove the marker, put it under the last stitch we made. Now we can start round 3. So this one is going to be a little more complicated. So let's do our single crochet stitches first. Okay, so we have a parenthesis set of instructions next. So royal blue. Oh man. All right, let's take away one single crochet stitch. So how you do that is I just removed my hook. You see this loop here. Very slowly pull it. You're gonna see the loop slowly disappear, and then pull it again, slowly disappear, and then again slowly disappear till we're left with this one here. We basically just removed a single crochet stitch and we're putting our hook back on here. And then what we're going to do is you're going to take this loop and we're going to expand it so that we don't lose the stitch. We're going to set this project aside because we have to get royal blue out. here is our royal blue. Put these back. Okay. Then we're going to untangle this. Okay, so we're transitioning in color. So this means that I'm going to show you how to cast on with a slip stitch again, or a slip knot. Alright, so take your ring, pinky, and thumb, hold one end, take your index and middle, and hold the other. We're going to lie our hook perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to make a loop over the hook. You can slide it up and down. You want to slide your hook all the way down towards your thumb. Take your middle finger and hold it right here. Then we're going to gather up some feeder yarn. Then what you want to do is re-pinch the end here. Don't lose it. We're going to slide our hook down towards our thumb, and where it crosses we're going to pinch it so you can no longer slide it up or down, and then we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through the loop and then overhand your hook and re-pinch the end. Don't lose it. We're going to push this knot towards our thumb, and you want to push it to either you can't push it anymore because the knot has tightened or because it's really butt up against your thumb. Alright, now from here you're going to grab the excess piece and just pull that out a little bit to make this knot nice and snug. Then you grab the knot and slide it up towards the hook, but we're going to slip this off first, and then we're going to pick up our project, put your hook back into the large loop, and then use the feeder yarn to tighten it up. Okay, and then from here we're going to put our royal blue, oh no we're not, we have to do one more single crochet stitch because I had removed it. So stick your hook into the next stitch, we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Now I'm going to drop this berry blue. You can use your ring finger to hold it back. I want to take this royal blue, stick it on there, okay, get some feeder yarn, and I'm going to pull this royal blue through the loop like that. So we are going to pick this back up again, so just drop it. We are going to do a 3 double crochet bobble stitch. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so yarn over, we're going to go into the next loop, the next stitch here, stick in your hook, we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, so you have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops, so you have 2 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and stick your hook into that same stitch we just used. Then we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now you have 3 loops left on your hook. We're going to yarn over and you're going to put your hook into that same stitch we just used. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 4 loops left on our hook. We're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 4 loops. So then you want to push that bobble stitch out. Okay, so now we just have to do this few more times. So let me show you how to do this again. Oh, we still have to do a single crochet stitch in berry blue. Oh my god, help me. Oh, you're gonna hate me. All right, didn't see that, even though it was right there. All right, remove your hook, you guys. Sorry, you might have to redo this one part, but pull very slowly, and it's gonna release those 4 loops. Right, you want to slip the hook back into those 4 loops. Okay, and then we do have to switch back to berry. That's annoying as hell. All right, now because we have to repeat this several times, we're not going to complete the single crochet stitch with the berry. We have to transition to the royal blue. So just watch. Yarn over and pull through all of those 4 loops from the bobble stitch. Then we're going to do a single crochet stitch, so stick your hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and you're going to pull up a loop to where you have 2 loops on your hook, but we're not going to finish that single crochet stitch in berry blue. We're going to switch to royal blue, so yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay, so now we can do our bobble stitch again. So yarn over, stick your hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then yarn over, stick your hook into the same stitch we just used. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and stick your hook into that same stitch we just used again. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now, to finish this bobble stitch off, we're going to pick up our berry blue. We're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through all 4 loops to create the bobble stitch. You can push it out, but I'm going to do a single crochet stitch now. So stick your hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and then not to finish with the berry, I almost did, remove the berry, pick up the royal blue, and we're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through both loops. All right. So we have to repeat this. Let's do this one more time. So yarn over into the next stitch, put in your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, then yarn over, stick your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then yarn over, okay, we're going to stick our hook back into that same stitch that we just used, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Alright, so pick up the berry and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now we won't, you can push this bobble stitch out. Now we won't be using royal blue again for this foot. So you're going to cut this off about 1 inch or so. To secure it, I'm going to tie it twice around the berry blue yarn. And it doesn't have to be super tight, just needs to be good enough to secure the knot. Alright. So from here, we're going to do our single crochet stitches. So let's do the 1, we have the rest. Okay, so I'm going to remove the marker and place it under the last stitch we made. Now we have rounds 4 through 7, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're going to do the same thing for these rows. So they're all single crochet stitches. So I'm going to do the rest in silence, and then we're going to come back in to fasten off.
Bastard can see me. No bastard knows you're here.
Dearie, it's a beautiful place, but things do happen from time to time. Do you think somebody could kidnap a kid and keep him underground?
That thing, it came back.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. From the first bite to the last bite, that bun is crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, you have those three things together, and it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Real guests paid for their testimonial.
What's up, you guys? What can I get you?
It's good.
Two. Go for 2. How about the 2 for $25? You get 1 that and 2 entrees, like our new grilled cheese cheeseburger.
Let's go for it.
That's right. We always go for 2.
Applebee's 2 for $25. 1 app and 2 entrees. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Takes his time. It's key. Likes to chew your ear off, so there's always plenty of mash left by the time I've done with the chore. And you're an observant man like me. Get to know the lay of the land. sharer like you, Judge.
Communism always has the greatest attraction for those of the least. I will admit to being a somewhat prideful man. Nonetheless, I have considered the potential benefits of debasing myself and flattering you, stroking your ego with a compliment or two. Sadly, none come to mind. You do really seem entirely absent of any positive attributes. The human equivalent of dried up husk of dog excrement.
You, go away for a bit just now, while I was sitting here. Have ourselves a wee blip, did we?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you watch all your steering, Judge. Those low coffee tables in the hall, they'll get you.
Alright, so I finished doing the foot. We have to leave a tail long enough to sew. So like I said, I like to go around the perimeter generously, not once, but twice. So we're going to cut this here. And then we're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through the loop all the way out. Then we're going to tighten this up. And then we're going to take our leg stuffing and we're going to stuff it. And I might have stuffing left over, to be honest, so maybe I should have put this in the head and body, but they're actually all right. They're not too squishy, not too firm. All right, so we have the foot. How cute is that? All right, so we have to make another one of these. I'm going to do that off camera. So next we're going to be doing the ears. And then we have the pumpkin heads. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to do the ear. We're going to do the inner ear first, and we're going to be using the rose, and then the outside we're going to be using the berry blue. So here is my little pouch. Here is the rose. Let's untangle this. I'm not really good at this. I'm struggling right now. Okay. So I'm going to end up using this piece that's on the inside, hoping that it won't get tangled as much. Alright. So this one is going to be different from the rest. Let me show you how to cast on again using a slip knot. This might be the last time I show you guys how to do it, because honestly I don't even remember how many times I did changing colors and all this. Alright, so ring finger, pinky, and thumb hold one end very tightly. Index and middle finger hold apart. We're going to hold our crochet hook perpendicular to the yarn. We're going to go down, out, and around to create this loop around the crochet hook. We can slide our hook up and down, slide it down towards the thumb, take your middle finger and just hold it where it crosses so you can let go of your left hand. I'm going to gather up some feeder yarn here. Then I'm going to re-pinch this end, and we're going to slide the hook closer to the thumb and when you hit close to the thumb, you want to just take your thumb and pinch it where it crosses so that you can no longer slide the hook up and down. Then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through the loop, and I'm going to overhand my hook. I'm going to re-pinch my end here, and then we're going to push this knot towards the thumb, and then once we hit a stopping point, you want to pull the tail out with your thumb and middle finger just a little bit more to get that knot nice and snug. I'm going to slide the knot up towards my crochet hook. So from here, and I showed you how to do a chain stitch, so now we just have to do the number of chain stitches that the instructions are asking us to do. So let's do that now. And this is good practice. This is the really basic stitch in crocheting. So if you are learning from nothing, this is a great way to start practicing your consistency, trying to make each chain stitch the same size. And as I'm doing this, I'm not even counting, so I gotta make sure that I have the right number of stitches. Okay, so from here, whenever you do a chain stitch and then you do a row of stitches on top, depending on the stitch will determine how many chain stitches you skip. So in this instruction specifically, we are going to be doing single crochet stitches. That's pretty much been the stitch that we've been using this whole entire time. So a single crochet stitch requires 2 chains. So from your hook, count 2 chains. Here's 1 and here's 2. So we're going to be starting our single crochet stitch in the second chain from the hook. Okay. And you'll see in your instructions, or in any, it'll be like from the hook, because you don't want to count obviously from the end. You want to count from the hook down. Okay. Now, moreover, let's take a look at these stitches. They look like the tops of the single crochet stitches that we've been working with this whole entire time, where it looks like a braid, right? Each stitch is one segment of the braid, and it consists of 3 loops. We have, in this case, a loop on the left, a loop on the right, and then if you turn it to its side or turn it to its back, you have like a back loop or a hump. So I'm showing you these parts of a chain stitch because they're very important to learn, especially when we in the past have done the front loop, back loop. When we look at a chain stitch sideways or horizontally, we know that this side is going to be the front loop and this side is going to be the back loop. So it's really good to know the anatomy of a chain stitch, being the basic stitch of crocheting, because then you can understand how to use each loop. So in saying this, what I want you to do, you guys, count 2 chains from the hook. We're going to stick our hook into the second chain from the hook, but where I like to stick it is in the back. So like I said, we have 1 loop here, we have the other loop here, and then the third one is in the back, and I call it the hump. So stick your hook into the hump. This is going to give you a nice clean braided edge when you're done with this. See how I flipped it upside down, and you can see the braid is resting right on top of the hook. And then if I flip it back the other side, we have the hump that's now resting on the hook. So you want to have a situation like that. All right, then you're going to work your single crochet stitch. So I'm just flipping this to see the back here. It's just a basic single crochet stitch that we've been doing this whole entire time. And that's that. So the top of the single crochet stitch has a braid, and if we flip it upside down, the bottom of the single crochet stitch has a braid. If we did it any other way, we wouldn't have this nice braid. All right, so for all the single crochet stitches moving forward on this row only, we're going to be using the back loop. And as I hold it on its side, you can see all the back loops that are there. So hopefully on your end, you can see that as well. They're pretty prominent here. So let me show you this 2 more times. Into the next stitch, put in your hook in that back loop. Okay. Then we're going to continue our single crochet stitch, but before that, here's the back loop. Flip it over. You have the braid of the stitch on this side. All right. So single crochet stitch. So now we have 2 stitches, braids on top, braids on the bottom. All right, one more time with you guys. Into the next stitch, put in your hook into that back hump. We're going to continue with our single crochet stitch. So now we have 3 single crochet stitches and then 3 nice braids on the underside. All right, so from here, I'm going to continue the single crochet stitches for this row. You can go ahead and rewind this part as many times as you need until you feel comfortable. But I'm going to come back in and then we're going to look at the next set of instructions. Even see if I'm doing this right. Okay, so we're actually going to do the number of crochet stitches in the instruction, and in the last stitch. Oh, I love this. Yeah. We're going to have to do something interesting. So we're going to go down the row, do the number of crochet stitches that they ask you to, and I'm going to pop back in and show you what they mean by the rest. Or at least what I think they mean by the rest. So it's just disappointing sometimes when they're not super descriptive. Yeah. Because then you have to kind of guess. And if you're a beginner, you're not going to know what they mean because you have no previous projects to, remember to use that experience towards. It's just crazy. So hopefully it can help you guys out. Okay, I'm just going to count to make sure I have the number of stitches they asked for. All right, and then in the last one, because we're going to spin it and do the other side, that's why there's way more stitches than chains we made. So into the last stitch, we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. And we're doing 3 because we have to round this end here, because we're going to start crocheting on the other side. So the beautiful edge that we created, it's still good that we have used the back hump, because now we have 2 loops to secure a stitch, which is better than 1. So if we had done it any other way, you would only have 1 loop left. But that's, if you did it my way, we don't really need to worry about that right now. So 3 single crochet stitches in the last stitch. So now we're back on this side. We're going to be doing 10 single crochet stitches next. And I really love how I'm using 2 loops to make these stitches. So it's the best part, I feel, of starting your single crochet stitches in that back loop. Okay, and then it says the last stitch we're going to do is an increasing stitch. So let's do that now. All right. So we pretty much went all the way around. Now for this next row, we've got a whole bunch of something going on here. So let's see what that is. We have clusters, it looks like. No, we just have little segments to do. Okay, so we're gonna work with double crochet stitches. So let's go ahead, you guys, and do the number of double crochet stitches that it asks you to make. And because I already showed you how to do the double crochet stitches, we don't have to do that again. If you need to rewind the video, then by all means, but I'm going to do the double crochet stitches. All right, so after you complete the double crochet stitches, I am going to teach you how to do half double crochet stitches. So let's do a half double crochet stitch, which is, by the way, one of my favorite stitches. So yarn over, we're going to stick our hook into the next stitch, we're going to yarn over again and pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Then we're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 loops. So I guess I like that because it kind of, I really don't know why. It just makes a really nice stitch to me. I don't know. Anyway, let's do another one. Yarn over. And we're going to put our hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 loops. You'll kind of see the difference between the two. I just like it better. Anyway, one more time with you guys. Yarn over, put in your hook into the next stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop so you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Alright, so now I'm going to just complete the rest of the half double crochet stitches. And then we're going to move on to the next segment of instructions. And we're going to be doing a single crochet stitch. So let's do that now. Then we're going to be doing a an increasing stitch. So let's do that here. All right, then we're going to be doing 3 single crochet stitches. All right, and then we're going to go back doing our half double crochet stitches. Okay, then we have double crochet stitches for the rest of this round. I'm going to do the last double crochet stitch, and then we're going to start row 3. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is a we're going to be doing a double crochet increase. Okay, so how you do that? Well, it's almost like the increasing stitch, except we're doing a double crochet stitch instead of a single crochet stitch. Okay, and so this actually isn't in the step-by-step, so hopefully I'm doing this right. So basically 2 double crochet stitches in 1 stitch. So let's put our yarn over and put our hook into the next stitch. We're going to do a double crochet stitch, and then we're going to yarn over, put our hook into the same stitch, and do another double crochet stitch. So hopefully that's what they meant by FV. Now next we're going to be doing more double crochet stitches, but these are regular ones, so let's do that now. And as you can see, it's curly in, but that's fine. It looks like in the photo that's what it's supposed to be doing. So then we got to do the half double crochet stitches. Let's do that now. Okay, and then we're going to do single crochet stitches, and then we're going to do increasing stitches, and these are the regular ones, so these are going to be single crochet stitches this time. All right, then back around we have to do our single crochet stitches again. Then we're going to do our half double, wait, let me see if I got that number right. I did one extra. Okay. Then we have to do our half double crochet stitches. All right, and then we're going to do our double crochet stitches. And then finally we have our increasing double crochet stitch. So let me show you what that is. So again, yarn over, put your hook into the next stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Then we're going to yarn over, put your hook into that same stitch. We're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay. So what are we doing now? Okay, let me just read ahead because it doesn't say to fast enough or anything. Alright, so it doesn't say to fasten off or anything, but it looks like we are going to be kind of spooning the inner ear with the outer ear and crocheting together, and it looks like in the photo it's going to be with the berry blue. So I think from here we can just cut off about an inch or so. Oops. Uh-oh, does that mean I need new scissors? I always want sharp scissors. Yarn over, pull through the loop all the way out, and then tighten this up. And so when we crochet, we're just going to tuck these excess pieces inside of the sandwich of ears. So I think it's going to be all right. I'm going to do the second one off camera, but we're going to quickly move over to the outer ear. Wow, this is very involved. We have still the pumpkin on the head, the stalk, and the nose. So hopefully I can get all of this done in one video. I don't even know what time, where the time is on this. But we're going to cast on with the slip knot. We've done these a bunch of times already. The more and more you do it, like I said, you're going to be able to get faster and faster. Hopefully you get to a point where it's kind of mindless too. But we're pretty much going to follow almost the same instruction, I believe. But let me just double check. 1, 2, increasing 5, 5, increasing 3, 5. Crazy, it's like the exact same instruction, just different color, which is, I would think you'd want the berry blue to be bigger. Anyway, so it's basically the same instruction as the inner ear. So in fact, it's literally the same. I'm going to do the blueberry off camera, and then we're going to come back in because it doesn't show how to fasten it off. I'm going to show you how to put this together and crochet it together. So for time purposes, because I can't have a long video on this, I'm going to do the outer ear off camera, come back in, we'll crochet both inner and outer together. Right, so I made one ear already, and this is the next one. I told you I'd come back in and show you how to put it together. I ran out of blueberry. What is this? Berry blue. Comment below, let me know if that happened to you. That's kind of sad. But anyway, I'm going to pull this crochet hook off like this, so I don't lose the stitch. I bought a regular stitch kit that's not in costume, so that's where I got the extra yarn. But anyway, so we have to do this back to back. Now it's not gonna line up perfectly because of how it's constructed, but what I recommend doing is we're going to line these up by we're going to lay the points, the bottom points, as close as possible together. Okay, and then I'm going to put my markers through both of the stitches on each of the inner and outer ears. Then I'm going to count about 5 stitches away. And I'm going to put the next marker on both ears. This is going to help me align my ears together so that when I go and crochet them, I won't have difficulty making sure that everything lines up. So I highly recommend you do this. It'll definitely help you out. Okay, so once I've put in markers all the way around, I can stick my, did I even put this on the right side? Please say yes. Yeah, I think I did. Alright, I can put my hook back into this loop here and then tighten it up by pulling the feeder yarn. Okay, so now we're going to go in and crochet this together. We're going to do single crochet stitches all the way around. So into the next stitch with the blue, and then put your hook into the corresponding stitch on the rose. Okay, and then we're just going to single crochet this together. So yarn over, pull through both ears, so you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, and then we're going to do this all the way around. So into the next stitch, and then in the corresponding rose ear. See, so putting in markers definitely helps you out here. If you don't have these markers, I highly recommend that you get a pack so that in your future projects it's easier to keep stitch count and row count. And then if you ever have a situation like this again. Okay, but we're almost there, you guys. We've got to do the pumpkin head and stalk, and then the nose, and then we just have to sew everything together. Again, I don't know where we are in this video as far as time goes. Hopefully I just saved a lot of time by not showing all the ears you have to make, because essentially you have to make 4 of these. 2 in the blueberry or berry blue, and then 2 in the rose. Oh, I've got to tuck in this piece. right? And then we're gonna do a slip knot at the end of this to cast off or fasten off, but I'm going to do the perimeter of the ear twice because we do have to sew this onto the head, and I'm not sure how they're going to want us to sew it. So I want to have enough yarn. We're going to yarn over and slip stitch this. Yarn over again and slip through that, pull it all the way out, tighten this up, then remove all the markers that you used. Okay, then we're going to fold this inside to have the rows inside, and it might fight you on it, but that, you know, just do your best. Okay, so I have both ears now. Okay, so I've been doing the second pair off camera. We're gonna do the last bits of this, and we're gonna be doing the pumpkin on head and pumpkin on head stock. So hopefully I have enough yarn for that, but we're gonna do that and then the nose, and then we'll sew it all together. All right, so let's take the orange yarn here, and we are going to be doing the pumpkin on the head. So we're gonna do a magic ring, and I've shown you guys how to do this a bunch of times already, so we can go ahead and just do one. If you need to go back, feel free to do that. Oops, try not to split your yarn. Okay. Then I'm going to do my single crochet stitches. Then we're going to close up the magic ring. Put our marker. And then I'm going to do the second round, counting from the hook. And this last one on the ring is just always difficult. I didn't get everything, but oh well. Then we're going to do round 3, which is alternating single crochet stitches with increasing stitches. All right. Then we're going to do round 4 and 5, and that's going to be straight up single crochet stitches. Alright, so now we're going to do the last round, which is single crochet single crochet stitches with decreasing stitches. And I'm just trying to see if I had done any decreasing stitches yet in this video, and I feel like I didn't. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so to do a decreasing stitch, it's basically taking two stitches and turning it into one stitch. So let us do the single crochet stitch first. Right, Then we're going to do the decreasing stitch. So stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Then you go into the next stitch over, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then we're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through all 3 loops. And that's basically turning 2 stitches into a single stitch, a decreasing stitch. Alright, so let me show you this 2 more times. Okay, so to do a decreasing stitch, stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, then stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops off your hook. Alright, one more time with you guys. So stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Alright, so rewind this as much as you can to finish the round, but I'm going to go ahead and continue the rest at my normal speed. Right, so we are going to fasten off, but we have to have enough yarn to sew. So I'm going to go around the opening twice, and I'm going to cut it off, and to fasten off, yarn over, pull through the loop all the way out, and then tighten up that stitch. We're going to remove our marker. And then we have the top to the hat. Let me see. It doesn't say to fill, but I saved some to fill. So I'm going to do it. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to do it. We have to sew in the stock, so I probably should have taken that into account first. So maybe I'll just remove this, and then we'll do the stock next. Alright, so for the stock, we have to use the green yarn. Alright. And it looks like we're going to be doing a magic ring, and it's going to be fairly simple. So it should be easy to do. All right. So we have to do the magic ring. Right, and I'm going to do the single crochet stitches. And I'm going to close this off. Count back. All right. So then we're going to do round 2, which is a bunch of increasing stitches. Alright, so now we have to sew onto the pumpkin, which is a little baffling because what do we do from here? Let me see how this looks. Alright, so let's just fasten off, yarn over, and pull through all the way out. There isn't a lot of green, so it shouldn't be too bad. And then we're going to tighten this up. I'm going to get the needle. And I guess we're going to sew this onto the center of your, what is this called? Pumpkin. Alright, just make sure the nice side is facing right, it's the side that doesn't have this little excess piece, and this you're going to want to kind of coil inside so that when we sew it to the pumpkin it's not really going to mess up. Alright, so now I'm just going to sew around and kind of match it up to the pumpkin rows. Okay, and I'm just gonna go in and out of the stitches here. Okay, when you're all the way around, we can go back into this pumpkin, and then we're going to tie this off. So I'm going to cut this, And I'm just gonna find this excess piece from the magic ring, and I'm just gonna tie it together twice. Then I'm gonna put back my little stuffing. Okay, so we've got the hat. It's looking pretty cute. We're going to move on to the nose. So for the nose, we need the royal blue. So let's go use this. All right. So we're going to cast on using a slip knot. And this one I've done a bunch of times as well. So I'm just going to do that now. You can rewind back. But we're going to do our chains. Then we're going to do a single crochet stitch, and of course we've got to count our second chain from hook, and I'm going to put it into the back hump. Right, and then we have our double crochet stitches that I've also have already shown you how to do. And then we have our last single crochet stitch. All right. Wow, that's it. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just going to fasten this off, and I'm going to, again, go around the object twice and cut. And we're going to fasten this off. I didn't think the nose would be this small. Then we're going to follow the instructions to sew all of these pieces together. So let me set aside all this. This is the yarn I have left. So they really gave you as much as they could, I guess. But let's see. All right. So stuff the body, sew the body to the head. Check. It's one of the first things I did. Then we have to fold the bottom part of the ears. Okay. Let us use this. I know that the thread is at the top, but I'm going to sew it down to the bottom. So fold the bottom part of the ears and sew to the head. So what I'm going to do is go in here now. This is a sandwich, so just kind of open it like this and slide this needle down till you get to the point of the bottom part of the ear, like that. And then pull that through. And then you can gauge like how much you still have to pull. You don't want to pull it too much. All right, so it says we have to fold it like this, the bottom part. Then we have to sew it on. So I feel like it's gonna be about here, like a couple of rows above the blue and on the side. At least that's what it looks like in the box. I wish it told you, you know. Anyway, all right, maybe just put it like a couple rows up from the I don't know what blue this is, and then maybe a little bit on the outside of the light blue stuff here. And I'm going to take about a couple of stitches to go around and try to put this together. So we don't want it flapping in the wind. I might just sew a little bit of this to the head. So see how it has that natural bend from the fold? If you want to keep that fold, which we kind of do, just stick your needle through the fold and then around a stitch on the head so that we can at the same time attach the ear to the head. Further securing that in, and then I'm going to go through the fold again, come back out on the other side. I'm not a sewer, so I really don't know what I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to go in here. Let's sew it this way. Then I'm going to go through the blue part. Okay, then I'm going to go around the head and maybe I'll just sew it, tie it somewhere. Stick the needle through one end, out some random side. Then I'm going to cut this flush with the surface and squeeze it down to make it disappear. There's one ear. Alright, we got to do the other one. Hopefully the tough part is making the ears even, which is impossible to do. But again, I'm going to just open this sandwich apart, put the needle in through the top, and then we're going to try to snake it down to the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to fold this. Again, it looks like it's a couple of rows. From here you can kind of see it. So we'll go here, right about here. Go through the fold. Okay, then in one side, out the random other side. Cut flush to the surface. Squeeze it to make that end disappear, so we have our second ear. Okay. Alright, now we have to stuff the arms and stuff the arms lightly and sew to the body. It did say lightly, so I think I have a little bit too much here. Now what is this gonna look like? It kind of looks way different from what I did. Oh, is that why? Oh no, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. It just looks different. Alright, so we gotta attach the arms. It looks like it's going to be between the head and the body, and it looks like it's outside of this light blue area. So I'm gonna try sewing around this. So I'm gonna sew into the head as well as the body. So do the best you can. Again, I'm not a sewer, so I don't feel like I can direct you as much. I'm just going to show you where I put everything so you can kind of see for yourself if that's what you want to do. But it's coming along. This is turning out to be really cute. I did steal the blue from the other kids, so it's a little disappointing that I might not be able to finish the regular stitch. But in any case, maybe I can find yarn in similar color in case. But again, comment below, let me know how much yarn you have left. Okay. And through one side, randomly out another. Cut it flush. Squeeze it. Okay, so we got our arm. Alright. It's going wee, you know, like, whatever, oh my gosh. Alright, then we have to do the other one. Okay. It's more like doing airplanes, but that's fine because he always has fun. So now we have to do the feet. And I gotta see what that looks like. Right, it's on the side of the pumpkin. I'm gonna have this kind of around the same area. It looks like it's about 3 or 4 rows down from the arms. thing is too cute. Makes me want to watch the cartoon. I have a problem watching anything live with Disney. Well, not Disney, just in general, especially when it comes to like animals. And I know Stitch is an alien, but they definitely were sad moments in the cartoon when I saw the first one. And, you know, teared up a bit. I don't know if I cried. My niece definitely cried, and it's just so sad sometimes. So if I saw that in real, in those lives that they do, it would really just tear me to pieces. I cannot. So, that's why I can't do the lives. So comment below if you've seen the live Stitch, or if you refuse. You know, Lion King was one of my favorite cartoons, and I refuse to see the live. I've seen it on Broadway, but you know, you can tell that there's people running those puppets. But if I see that real life, like, and I have a cat too, so I just don't want to see, you know, maybe the stampede or anything like that, or like, I don't even know how they did if they did the moment where Mufasa shows up in the clouds. That would have just, I think I cried at that. So, yeah, it's kind of oddly tough for me. All right, let's do the other foot. I'm going to try to stick this somewhat in the same spot as the other leg. Okay. Oh, I dropped his nose somewhere. Okay. Okay. Let me pick up his nose. Okay, it was right on my lap. That's good. Alright, so we have his arms and his legs. Now what we got here? We have the nose to the head. So that's this little piece here that I thought was not going to be so small, because I had saved some stuffing for that. But you want to find the prettier side, which is this side. And let's see how this is sewn. All right. Well, so it looks it's like that. So then it's gonna go this way. Looks like it's the triangle down. So make sure that point is downward, and then we want to make it in the center. So I'm going to use markers, so just help yourself count. So this is at 5 stitches, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. So you just have a better idea of where the middle is. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The middle is right here. And then we can always remove this if we need to. Okay, but so we're gonna need, and you know what? Maybe I can just slip this on. There we go. Alright, so now we gotta do some suturing. Okay, and then we're going to sew this angle down. Okay. Now I have to tie my knot somewhere. And then we're going to go in one side, out a random side, cut the surface, squeeze it. Alright, last but not least, we have the pumpkin hat. Okay. Now, this is kind of angled off right here. I cannot with this, you guys. Alright. Let's sew this together. Struggle is real. Because it's curling inward. Maybe I should just go in from the outside. It's really difficult to go in from the inside, so I want to make sure I grab 2 loops and not just one. Okay, and once I've gotten to the other side, I gotta find a place to tie my knot. Go back in one end, come out the random side, cut the surface, squeeze it, Alright, we've got our pumpkin head. Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh, alright, now we have to stick our felt stickers on here. So go in, grab your stickers. This goes to the pumpkin, this goes to Stitch. And I want to make sure that I don't put this in the wrong. Alright, so this is going to go close to the nose, right above the the light blue spot here. So, oh my gosh, I wish these eyes were bigger. And then we're just going to squeeze that. You want to hold it down for a few seconds to make sure that the adhesive sticks to as much surface as possible. You could go in with a very skinny needle and embroidery floss or sewing thread and sew around it to secure the eye. But then you're going to put the other one and you're going to try to make it the same. I always have a hard time with this. Okay, and then again, just hold the eyes down for a few seconds, making sure the adhesive sticks to every bit of surface. Okay, and then we're going to do the pumpkin. Stop with this. Kid is getting cauliflower ear. What the heck? Alright. I feel like the pumpkin stickers are very flimsy compared to the eyes. I think I probably compacted the eyes a little too closely together, and I can just easily pull the eyes off, so this is definitely not around to stay. You're better off just drawing with a marker, to be honest. Alright. I cannot, you guys, with this. So, comment below, let me know how it went for you. Let me know if you ran out of any materials, as you know I did. And I'm just going to put back all these pieces. I like to save all my tools in case I use it again. But yeah, so there you have it, you guys. We have our stitch. I'm trying to save this because I ran out. Trying to get the good pieces. It's just very disappointing when they don't give you enough. You know, it just takes a little bit more. At least give you a stitch marker. At any rate, so here we are, you guys. I don't know if there's a photo in any of these instructions. I don't want to have to like whip out this huge box. But this is what it's supposed to be looking like. comment below. Let me know if it's what it's looking like. But yeah, so you guys, I am doing a special NFL giveaway on my original channel. I'll leave the link in the description box below, as well as the rules. So go and check that out. There'll be 2 winners, a nail winner and a craft winner. The craft winner is going to receive goodies, a gift card, and a 1-hour StreamYard session, something like this. If you're working on a project or just want to learn how to knit or crochet, I can spend an hour of one-on-one time with you to help you out. Or if you are inspired to start a channel or have a channel and need some advice, we can talk about that too. Alright, you guys, so there you have it. Let me know what you think. This is Hooked on Needles and Crafts. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.